A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision on Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed the Trump administration to temporarily suspend a humanitarian program that has granted legal status to nearly 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The program, known as suspend, was designed to provide temporary relief to individuals fleeing dire conditions in their home countries. This ruling raises serious concerns about the future of these migrants, who could now face deportation while their legal status remains uncertain. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, joined by Justice Sonia Sotomayor, issued a passionate dissent, stating that the court's decision could lead to irreparable harm for those affected. Jackson emphasized the devastating impact of suddenly stripping legal protections from individuals who have built lives in the U.S. under the program. The suspend program was initially established by the Biden administration to address humanitarian needs, allowing individuals to enter the U.S. for 2 years if they had a U.S. sponsor. This program has roots in the 1952 Immigration and Nationality Act, which has been utilized by various administrations to provide temporary entry for individuals facing crises. The Supreme Court's ruling effectively lifts a lower court's order that had provided temporary protection to these migrants while legal challenges were ongoing. The decision is not a final ruling, but allows the Trump administration to begin revoking protections as the case proceeds to the First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. The implications of this decision are profound, as it could mark one of the largest mass deportations in modern American history. Immigration advocates have voiced their alarm, warning that the administration's approach could lead to widespread chaos and suffering for countless families. Solicitor General D. John Sauer argued that the Biden administration's mass parole grants were unlawful and that reviewing individual cases would be too burdensome. This perspective has been met with fierce opposition from advocates who argue that each case should be considered on its own merits to avoid unjust outcomes. The Biden administration had utilized humanitarian parole more extensively than its predecessors, granting legal stays to migrants under strict eligibility criteria. Critics of the Trump administration's actions argue that the decision to revoke these protections is a continuation of a broader agenda aimed at dismantling immigration policies established under Biden. The case will now return to the lower courts, but the Supreme Court's order means that protections will not remain in place during this process. As legal battles unfold, the fate of hundreds of thousands of migrants hangs in the balance, with potential deportations looming. This situation highlights the ongoing contentious debate surrounding immigration policy in the United States and raises critical questions about the treatment of vulnerable populations seeking refuge from violence and instability. As the legal landscape continues to evolve, advocates remain committed to fighting for the rights and dignity of those affected by this significant ruling. This is a developing story, and updates will be provided as more information becomes available. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.